I'm here in the Agriland tent with Mark Ryder, who's the General Manager of LIC Europe. Mark, can you tell us a little bit about LIC for those of us that mightn't know who the company is?
Oh, okay, yeah. So LIC, Livestock Improvement Corporation, is a New Zealand farmer-owned cooperative. So in New Zealand we've got 10,500 farmer shareholders. You need to be supplying milk to a dairy factory to become a shareholder of LIC in New Zealand. Everything we do down there is around trying to drive profitability on farm, and we've managed to achieve that with quite a wide range of products. So now we're looking to bring those globally. Yeah.
And you're kind of managing a couple of new initiatives that you're hoping to bring to market and kind of develop over the next couple of months. I know you're working with sex semen and there's the automation products as well. Kind of how has progress been going in that regard?
Yeah, first of all, on the sex semen side of it, that's just growing in interest globally. It's the silver bullet, I guess a lot of people see it as, but the technology's not quite there yet, but we think the market is ready for it. So we're investing in New Zealand with our EU centre to be able to collect and bring 4M sex semen up next spring to our European markets. We're going to be targeting top quality grazing BW bulls that are daughter proven and have a proven history in sexing, because we think that's quite key. The performance of sex semen is still not great. Recent trials here in Ireland got similar result to what we got in New Zealand, around that minus 13.5% versus conventional. So it's still not great for a New Zealand and Irish type system where block calving is key around grass growth. But used right in a herd improvement program, there is a space for it, but it needs to be used wisely. But yeah, we're really excited to be bringing that to market this year. And on the automation side of it, for a lot of people up here will probably know our LIC automation is ProTrack down in New Zealand. Up here it's Sabre. And again, it's an example of stuff we do really well down there. We have market dominance because it actually works and farmers love it. So now we're in a position to look offshore. So we've had it up here for a couple of years and starting to get some real traction, some real happy Irish farmers and UK farmers on the back of that.
And are the challenges that Irish dairy farmers face, are they similar to New Zealand farmers? You mentioned there that results are kind of coming back similar for different research trials and things like that. Are we both kind of facing the same overall challenges, just at different ends of the world?
Yeah, exactly. I think when we look out from New Zealand, Ireland is the market that is so similar to us. We're an island nation with not a massive population to feed, but the ability to produce an awful lot. So a lot of it gets exported. So we're very similar around trying to match milk production to grass growth and the rest of it. So the challenges remain very similar as well. The drought just experienced up here would be fairly typical of some of the droughts we've had in New Zealand over recent years. So we certainly understand the challenges that's created, but the response here is very much the same as it is in New Zealand. And get it behind you and move on. Yeah.
And last year at the National Ploughing Championships, LIC launched the Premier Club. How has that grown over the past 12 months? Has there been kind of many changes to it?
Yeah, it's been a good success. It was something we had to do to be able to continue to bring our best bulls off from New Zealand to support our Irish customers. So really pleased we've been able to pull that together, and it's gone great. Farmers have got really engaged. They appreciate the fact that to get those best bulls, it's something they need to do is join the club. And the club's been able to provide quite a bit of support back to farmers as well, based on some of the experiences we have from New Zealand. So this will be the third year in a row we've had access to our Premier size bulls due to some EU law changes around quarantine. So that's really exciting. So the team are busy at the moment going through the list of the best bulls in New Zealand to identify which ones we're going to bring to market up here next year. So yeah, really exciting.
And expansion is a topic that's been talked about a lot in recent months with the fodder crisis and the drought conditions that you mentioned there. Are there any lessons that Irish dairy farmers and the sector as a whole need to learn from New Zealand in terms of growing numbers over the next couple of months or even years?
Yeah, well, I think our markets, like I said, they're quite close together, so we do watch each other a lot. So I think the Irish have been they're aware of a lot of those challenges. And as you're on that growth plane, there's going to be little, flatten out periods where momentum gets away on you. And I think Ireland may be just going into one of those stages. There's a lot of surplus heifers and that around, and based on an awful winter and a terrible spring and a worse summer, and those, all of a sudden people start to question where they're going. So it does slow down a bit. A lot of it's driven by the environment and milk price and all the rest of it. But one of the big things that we would have found, like the dairy industry in New Zealand grew year on year, on average 100,000 cows a year for 23 years. What we did find now that we sit back, that we've flattened out, is there's a lot of cows have stayed in the system that potentially shouldn't have. As we're trying to grow, you're getting cows from anywhere. So there's a huge opportunity within the national herd to do what every farmer should be doing in his own herd anyway, around herd improvement. So identifying the better performers and the poorer performers in your herd, and breeding from the right ones, and putting a mating plan together that really closes up the genetic merit of the herd. And that's one thing we're investing an awful lot of time in New Zealand at the moment, and I see similar challenges here as well. Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time coming to chat to us today in the Agriland tent, and sure, hopefully we'll be able to chat again in the near future. Thanks very much.